Lesson. When you're walking with God, you have to be mindful that it's the enemy's job to try to plague you. When you're walking with God, it's the enemy's job to make you feel as if God is not with you. But regardless of what you go through on your walk with God, on this journey, you must not refuse the help. What does that mean? When God sees your prayers, when God hears your prayers, when God knows you're weathering that storm, God allows his children to have the proper resources, to have the proper necessities in order to get to the certain level, the certain destination, the certain height, or the certain end goal that God himself has for us. And he does that by sometimes sending unwanted help. To us, the help may not be needed because we as people feel as if, oh God, I could do it. God, I could do it. Let me show you. But sometimes you could be making God so proud to where God will send you a blessing that's wrapped in something in which the enemy wants you to have pride against, because you could be holding yourself back by not receiving something that God says that you should have. You may not feel like you may deserve something, or you may not feel as if you need that assistance. But if God gives you that help, if God provides you with that understanding, if God provides you with a certain clarity, it is your job in this season to accept it. Because if you don't, you will stop the plan that God has for you. Because one thing the enemy knows is, if he could get you out of the alignment of God and cause you to pick up false obligations, those false obligations will derail you. It will keep you low. It will keep you from moving forward. And as a child of God, it is your child. You are his child, correction. You're God's child. And as God's child, you're responsible for breaking everything, every trap with him. You're responsible to break everything with God. That means any curses, any lies, any betrayal, anything that runs in your blood. You and God are responsible for it. Notice I said you and God, because the battle is not yours alone. It was orchestrated by God himself. And the only person that can give you the proper wisdom, the only person that can give you the proper understanding is God. You can't do nothing with God without God. Anything that's drawing you away from God, anything that makes you feel as if you're pulling away from God, it's not for you. And anything that goes against something that will make God proud, no, it is not of him. Because we as people sometimes could be hearing voices in our head. We could be making certain decisions. Because God talks and communicates to his children. But you got to be mindful that the enemy speaks and sometimes can fool God's child as if he is God, and he will whisper lies. He will whisper false expectation. He will send people along your path to derail the thing in which God is coming for you. So when you're in a situation, use your discernment. Pray to God. Ask God, this is something that you sent to me? Because along your journey, the enemy knows you need the proper resources. Even when you're doing well, the enemy knows that. And the enemy will send a counterfeit, which means somebody that is a wolf in sheep's clothing will try to come and help you. But the whole time it's a plan of the enemy to derail you. And God always sends his children a helping hand. God always sends his children the proper wisdom, knowledge, understanding. So when you're in your season of growth, know who is who and what is what. And the only way you will continuously know that is by including God in everything, asking God to give you confirmations and reconfirmations, and tell God to allow your territory to be expanded. In Jesus' name, peace.